students. Now we'll start with a new and a very important topic of this whole chapter, and the name of topic is double fertilization. Now the double fertilization is the very complex fertilization mechanism which is being carried out in the angiospermic flower. Here you can see that it was being discovered by the Navashin, and the flower were Lydium and Fritillaria. Now here you can see that I have drawn the diagram which will make you acquainted with the concept of what that definitely the before I have drawn for the pollen pistil interaction, and now I am drawing for the double fertilization. The concept to show that how the process is being carried out. First of all, you can see that the sigma is the whole process starting to form the pollen tube and all we have discussed. Again we are going to study the whole synopsis concept. First of all, a right type or a compatible pollen grain is going to fall on the or is going to land on the stigma. Stigma being receptive is going to show the or specialized protein, and definitely it is going to water and nutrient provide to the pollen, and it is going to give rise to the formation of pollen tube. Now this pollen tube is going to enter to the inside to what? Inside to the ovule. Yes, through stigma, through style, and inside the ovule, and it enters through the micropylar end and is going to enter inside the what? Inside to the embryo cell. Now here you can see that there are three ways by which the pollen tube can enter. One, you can see if the pollen tube is entering through micropylar end. Yes, if the pollen tube is entering through the micropylar end, you can call it as porogamy. Second, when you can see if the pollen tube is entering through chalaza, we have discussed in the what? We have discussed in the concept of LS of ovule. What do you mean by chalaza? From above one, right? And these are the integuments. The chalaza. If the pollen tube is entering through the chalaza, the phenomena is called as chalazogamy. Yes, students. And if the pollen tube is entering through integuments, the concept is or the process is being called as mesogamy. Right, students? Anyway, if suppose we are discussing now by this process, you are going to study or you are going to keep in mind that the pollen tube is entering through what? Through the micropylar, and it has entered inside what? Inside the embryo or inside the embryo. Now what we have to discuss? First of all, as you can see that the pollen tube, yes, the pollen tube contain what? The pollen tube contain the two non-motile male gametes. Yes, students, we have discussed earlier that the generative cell have shown the mitotic division, and because of that you can see that it had given rise to the two non-motile male gametes. Now the pollen tube which has been, it have come inside what? Inside this embryo sac. It contains two non-motile male gametes. So what is going to happen? That one non-motile male gamete is going to come over here. Yes, inside what? Inside the egg cell. How? The synergids, which is having the hair-like projection, which we call it as filiform apparatus, it is going to rupture. It is going to rupture the pollen tube. And because of that, the two non-motile gametes are going to get inside, or they are going to enter inside the ovule, embryo sac. So what is going to happen? One haploid male gamete and one haploid female gamete, which has been named as egg cell, they are going to show the fertilization. They are going to show the fertilization, and which is going to give rise to the diploid zygote. Which is going to give rise to the diploid zygote. Now, the two male gametes are there. One had shown the formation of diploid zygote. Now, the other one over here. Yes, then another type of another one non-motile male gamete have come over here. Yes, students. Now, this is going to be the another one male gamete which had shown the fusion with the with the polar nuclei, which is also being called as secondary nucleus. Secondary nucleus. Now, as you can see, if the pollen tube is going to get inside, yes, it ensures that the fertilization is going to take place. The concept is been or the phenomena is being called as siphonogamy, and here the whole process is being called as syngamy. The process is being called as syngamy, where both the male gametes, both the two non-motile male gametes have shown the fertilization. One came to the egg cell and other came to the polar nuclei. Yes, students, two male gametes which are given rise to the triploid zygote, which is being called as primary endosperm nucleus. Now here you can see that it is being called as triple fusion. Yes, this one is being called as triple fusion and this is being called as syngamy. The siphonogamy, why? Where the pollen tube had ensured that the fertilization is going to take place. Now here we have to study how the seed is going to form. Point number 1, you can see that when the male gamete which had shown the formation of diploid zygote, it is going to form the part of seed which is being called as embryo. Yes, haploid male gamete, haploid female gamete form the diploid zygote and it is going to become the part of what? Become the part of embryo of seed. Whereas the triploid nucleus, you can see that the polar nucleus, secondary nucleus is there. The another male gamete came over here. It had formed the triple fusion. It had formed the triple fusion and also it is been called as pen. Students, 1 mark के लिए full form आता है, learn करना है. Primary endosperm nucleus. Now you can see that triple fusion had takes place. It means that it is going to form the part of endosperm in the seed. Right, students? Now these we have seen that the seed had formed embryo, whereas also it has formed the endosperm. Successfully the double fertilization took place and you can see that though it is a complex mechanism, you can see when both the male gametes had formed or shown the fertilization, where one had formed the embryo by forming the diploid zygote, whereas another had formed the endosperm by showing the triple fusion. Such process is being called as double fertilization. Now students, you must have understood and I have tried to make it very clear about the whole concept of a double fertilization. Here also you can see that it is having some type of or some part of significance. The significance of or the importance of this double fertilization is what? First of all, when the seed contains what? It contains the food and definitely the seed is viable and it is going to have the egg present in it. Yes, it is going to produce a plant. That is the first significance. The second significance is what? The formation of embryo. When the diploid zygote is being formed and the seed is producing an embryo, it is the second what? Embryo. Second significant. The third significance is what? Endosperm. Formation of endosperm. Triple fusion have given rise to the formation of endosperm. The third, when the whole process or when the pollen tube is carrying the two non-motile male gamete entering inside the microcoil, it ensures that definitely the fertilization is going to occur. That ensurety is called as siphonogamy, or the process it is being called as siphonogamy. That is syngamy. Here, that ensurety is having one point of significance. And last but not the least, you can see that it is not giving rise to the formation of polyembryony, and that is going to be the last point. In all, we have discussed the 5 points. Out of that, we have seen that the 2, 3 are present over here itself. Yes, what are they? If it contains the food, yes, the seed contains the food. It is going to have the egg. It is going to produce the plant. Second, the formation of embryo by diploid zygote. Third, formation of the endosperm by diploid nucleus. Fourth, by the concept of ensurety of syngamy. And fifth, by avoiding the or that is not having the formation of polyembryo. Students, whenever we are discussing about the double fertilization, we are studying the whole concept, but we do forget to study about the significance. But it is as important as when we are discussing about the double fertilization. And successfully, when we are discussing about the whole topic and studying the whole concept, it is very much necessary to study about the significance. So till now, we have discussed about the pre-fertilization, we have discussed about the fertilization. In the next week, coming videos, we are going to discuss about the formation of these embryo, endosperm and apophysis. Yes, embryo, endosperm, apophysis and also the parthenocarpy. So definitely in the coming next week, we are going to complete the whole chapter. Yes, students? Yes. Do study at home. Thank you.